Okay, so let's run through some of the functions. So these functions come from the quadratic family, and let's make a few comments here. Yes? Let's consider the domain. The domain is how far left and right your picture extends. Both of these go left and right forever. Now for range, the discussion is how low to how high does this picture go? So let's approach it in this fashion. So here for range, the idea is we're looking at the y-coordinates. And here you want to put the lowest y-coordinate, and here you want to put the highest. And that's always how this works, always. So what's the lowest y-coordinate that this graph reaches? The lowest y-coordinate would be -4. And how high up does this picture go? It goes up forever. But don't forget that we have equality at the -4. How about this one here? So this is always low to high for the range, low to high. So what's the lowest point that this goes to? Well, it goes down forever. And what's the highest point that it reaches? The highest y-coordinate would be 12 with equality. Now let's look at cubic versus cube root. Which one is which? Which one's cubic? Which one's cube root? Hopefully you got that right. Now, what do their equations look like? So here we have the graphing form equations for these two families of functions. Now let's look at the square root family. So these are the two variations, but which one looks like which? So this is the form that they could take. This is what they could look like. Now let's discuss the domain and range, and let me make up some coordinates. So neither of these graphs goes both left and right forever, or up and down forever. So let's approach domain and range in this fashion. So for domain, it's a matter of looking at the x's, and for the range, it's a matter of looking at the y's. And for domain, here you tell me how far left versus how far right. For range, you tell me how low to how high. So looking at this graph here, looking at only the x coordinates, how far left. How far left does the picture extend? That's how far left at 1. And how far to the right does it go? So it's left and right. It goes to the right forever. Equality there. Range, low to high. What's the lowest point? What's the lowest y-coordinate that we attain? 7. What's the highest y-coordinate that we get to? Eventually infinity. Let's try this one here. The domain, left to right. How far left does this picture go? It goes to the left forever. That would be -infinity. And how far to the right does it go to? It goes to 5 with equality. How far low to high? The range is lowest to highest. What's the lowest y-coordinate? It goes down forever. What's the highest y-coordinate? -4 with equality. Now let me make a couple of comments to something that looks like this. So this is when we compare graphs to see which one is higher than which. Let's say you analyze the picture and you want to tell me that the answer begins here and ends there. Let's say your answer is everything in the middle. Let's say you want to go from here to here and stop. Anytime your answer is a middle piece, from here to here in the middle, your format will look something like that. That's how your answer will look. That will be the structure of it. Where here, you tell me where it began, here you tell me where it ended. For x coordinates. So it began here, -1, and it ended there at 10. Do I have equality here? Well, it depends on the question. If the question had equality, maintain the equality. If it didn't have a little bar, don't put the bar. Now, let me just reset this. What if your answer is something that goes from here and to the right? From here to the right, from here to the right. Anytime you want to communicate to me that the answer starts here and goes to the right, you go x greater. X greater takes you to the right. It goes to the right. So it would be from here. Okay. What about the opposite? Let's say the answer is from here and everything before, everything before, everything to the left, everything to the left. If you want to say from a spot to the left, the answer would be x is less than whatever location. In this case, -1. Another possibility. What if your answer is broken? What if the answer is everything before here and everything after here? Well, then just tell me both of them and separate it with a comma. So what would be the stuff before? The stuff to the left of this would be x is less than -1. Now give me a comma. Now tell me everything after this, x greater than 10.